Deontay Wilder's mindset is not looking good for this Derek Chisora fight on Saturday night. I don't like it for him whatsoever. Um, Look, let's be honest here. Look at everything that he is going on and on and on about Tyson Fury. Yeah, he's been asked about him and he's trying to deny to talk about him. But there's clearly something very dark going on in his head still after all these years about those three fights. And well, the second one, Fury cheated. The first one saying that conspiracies about his gloves and all. I mean, the third one, he got beat fair and square. He doesn't really seem to have any excuses for that one, but apparently it's all coming out in the documentary that he is planning to bring out very shortly, apparently, that everything is going to be coming up. But yeah, Fury fights, we know he's been blaming the costume, the water, cheating with gloves and all. He's refusing to accept these losses properly. He's refusing to accept them properly. And we're still here, and the fact we're hearing this stuff, the fact, people might say, oh yeah, we don't want to talk about it, so that's a good sign, but it's not. Look at everything which he's, these digs at Fury the whole time that we are seeing. It's pretty embarrassing and a very bad look going into this fight, and I feel like it's showed us what we've seen and needed to know from what we saw in that Joseph Parker fight, from what we've seen in that Zhilei Zhang fight. The big downfall that we've seen from Deontay Wilder is a big confidence issue, and it doesn't seem like it's got any better from those fights whatsoever. I think Wilder's trying to force something. That's what I'm seeing here. For this one, he's trying to force something. People saying, oh, he's back. He had a massive go at Simon Jordan in that interview a few months ago. He's back. This is the man. And, in breaking down in his recent DAZN interview, people are like, oh, right, this is him. He's back. But it just seemed like he's trying to force something out of him, which just isn't there anymore. That's the thing. I feel like he's trying to force some fire out of him, which just simply isn't there. Let's be honest. It was a really weird attitude that he was with going into that Joseph Parker fight. It didn't seem like that angry, normal Deontay Wilder that we all knew. And he lost every round in that fight. Then we go into the Zhilei Zhang fight, and he was like, he didn't really know how much he had left. And still, it was the same similar mentality as the Joseph Parker fight. The Herndon fight, there wasn't really much build up to it whatsoever. And this time, just the automatic switch. I don't think you can do that. It's kind of like with Conor McGregor, like when he lost to Dustin Poirier. He suddenly turned all mean again. But like previously before that, he was all nice. He was all nice to him. And in the Cerrone fight, he was all nice to him. And then it's just that switch up suddenly came because he'd lost, and now Wilder's got some adversity going on. He's now trying to force a switch up, kind of like what I think McGregor did. So these are the kind of vibes that I'm getting coming into this Derek Chisora fight, and yeah, it's very similar to those Conor McGregor vibes going into that Poirier trilogy that I'm getting from Deontay Wilder here. And with Derek Chisora, he's a guy that just doesn't care whatsoever. Chisora's he's here for a war. He doesn't care win or lose. He's just coming for a war. And no matter what, win or lose, he comes to take your bloody head off. And I don't think it's looking good. And look, I think a big thing is, some people might say, oh yeah, mentality outside the ring doesn't matter as much. But there clearly is a mental struggle in the ring as well. Wilder has clearly lost belief from what we've seen from him in these interviews. He's trying to force something out of him because he's lost that belief. He's lost that fire. He's lost that hunger. I feel like that's very clear to see. And fair play to Wilder, he's achieved everything that has been to achieve. He's helped his daughter with everything. He's done beyond what he wanted to do in the sport. And now I feel like he's completed all of that. And now he's taken these losses to Fury, which he can't seem to get over, and that's why he's lost again at the higher level to Parker and Zhang. All this now is starting to show. But again, though, he is 40 years old. He is continuing. Whether that's still going to be the case after this Saturday, I don't know, though. That's the thing, I don't know. But it seems like everything's dropping. His output's dropping, barely threw shots in that Joseph Parker fight. And he was saying he couldn't find ways to let his hands go. And in the Zhang fight, very, very, very lethargic. And I feel like someone like Derek Chisora is going to be able to make Deontay Wilder lethargic like that as well, because he's going to be beating him down, body to head to body. It's going to be a beatdown, and he's going to make Wilder lethargic in this fight. I don't think the mentality is looking good at the moment, and I feel like the mindset might be broken for Deontay Wilder, and this is very bad going into a Derek Chisora fight. Very bad going into a fight with Chisora, because let's be real, Chisora doesn't have any mentality issues, never has, and never bloody will. He's just got that mindset where he just doesn't care. All he wants is to have an absolute war and a massive scrap with you. That's all Derek Chisora wants. Wilder, I think, desperately needs this win more than Chisora does. And I feel that plays into Chisora's hands. Wilder needs to win this fight more than ever. There is more pressure on him than what there has been in a very long time. There's more pressure on him than there was in the Parker fight. There's more pressure on him than there was in the Zhang fight. If he loses this, there's no way that, no matter who, if he goes on to try and beat another Tyrell Herndon, no one's going to care if he then tries to get back into a big fight. It's just not going to happen. This is actually his final roll of the dice, his final chance. And from what we're seeing in interviews, I don't think it's seeming very promising from him whatsoever. I feel like he's trying to force something out of him, which just isn't there anymore. But I could be very wrong.